4 reasons why the US has been really unfair to Ukraine. 1. The US immediately scrambled to help Israel. The US gives Israel $3.3 billion a year in military aid. That's about 16% of Israel's defense budget. Yet Israel immediately requested additional aid after the Hamas attack. Washington obliged, even sending carrier strike groups within days. Ukraine had been asking for help long before Russia's full-scale invasion. Russia invaded and annexed parts of Ukraine already in 2014. Yet President Obama refused to deliver any military assistance. In 2022, the US initially approved deliveries of manpads only. Before 2022, American aid to Ukraine was paltry. However, it took a lot of political wrangling to approve arms deliveries. Even now, Congress is pushing back on funding to Ukraine. Contrast it with Washington's position on Israel. On his recent visit to Israel, Secretary Blinken told Benjamin Netanyahu,
"The message that I bring you is this: you may be strong enough on your own to defend yourself, but as long as America exists, you will never, ever have to. We will always be there by your side."
Ukraine is obviously not strong enough to defend itself, but it has received more assurances of support than actual support. This after almost 2 years of full-on war. 2. The threats are incomparable. Hamas is not a superior fighting force to the IDF. Israel doesn't need the US Navy or Air Force to crush its enemies. Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad committed a terrorist attack. As shocking as it wasn't a military invasion. Israel's security is definitely threatened, but its existence is not. In contrast, Ukraine's existence is genuinely under threat. Russia has committed enormous resources to wiping it off the map. The atrocities and war crimes committed by Russia are numerous. Worse, they keep on happening every single day. The armed forces of Ukraine keep losing troops and equipment. Ukraine has all but lost its navy. Its air force has been severely depleted. Nothing of the sort is happening in Israel. Israel has 39 F-35 fighters in service, not to mention F-15s and F-16s. Ukrainian pilots still fly aging Soviet Su-25s and MiG-29s. Hamas has no air force to speak of and limited air defense capabilities. Russia has one of the largest air forces in the world. Yet the US has repeatedly rejected Ukrainian requests for combat aircraft. 3. The US has ignored Ukraine's nuclear disarmament. Israel has its own nuclear arsenal. It never signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Agreement. Ukraine, on the other hand, gave up its nukes voluntarily. This was done under pressure from the United States. President Clinton called it his proud achievement. In exchange, the US promised to guarantee Ukraine's security. The other 2 guarantors were the UK and Russia. Now Ukraine is being attacked by Russia, another nuclear power. Yet the US keeps doling out arms deliveries in small increments. Any other policy, the White House says, would lead to escalation. This undermines Ukrainian and international trust in American guarantees. 4. The US is sending munitions meant for Ukraine to Israel. President Biden said the US wouldn't prioritize one war over the other, but the Pentagon must not have been paying attention. It's diverting tens of thousands of 155mm shells to Israel. The artillery munitions had been promised to Ukraine. Has Israel already depleted its stocks then? Of course not, but it's preparing to launch a ground invasion of Gaza. The IDF needs more weapons, just in case they run out. That seems unfair. Ukraine is under attack right now. It's rapidly expanding its munition stocks. Ukraine relies on promises made by its foreign partners. It uses artillery to repel Russian armored attacks. What does Israel need so many shells for? Gaza is a dense urban environment, not conducive to artillery operations. Of course, the US Department of Defense knows better.